And welcome back, guys. Mohammed Tower here, another video. Super excited to be back. I've not been able to record this week. It's been hell. And honestly, that Trump one was so last minute that there's a few more things I would have loved to say, and a few things that I think when I rewatched it were you could take out of context. But nevertheless, it's the video. We'll not delete it. Okay, so today I want to be talking about things you should consider before you should join the military. Should you join the military? Who should join the military? Why would anyone join the military? And is the military any fun? I'm going to speak on National Guard specifically and what life is like, your expectations, and how it can vary. So stay with me. Okay. The first thing I would love to address is things are not that comfortable, you know? Like sometimes you will have to shit in a porta potty with the doo-doo stacked 6 inches from your sack. Like seriously, it is disgusting at times. Sometimes it's cold when you sleep out. Sometimes you're just uncomfortable. You got mosquitoes. The thing is, beyond basic training, and something I learned very recently, come prepared. Bring your fan, bring the portable charger, bring all the snacks you can fit. Bring anything that will make your life more comfortable. Anything. I mean, you don't even have to need it. Because at the end of the day, I hate saying that phrase, but in the end, you will not make a mistake by overpacking. Because the most, when you're already at your unit and stuff, you'll have to drag it some places, and it might be kind of long. Who cares? But once you get to where you're going, you'll place your stuff down, and you'll be all right. Hopefully, you'll eat enough of the snacks that maybe you'll take off 15 pounds. But that's number one. Your life will not be comfortable. You know, if it's cold, that's tough. Don't be cold. Tough is an understatement for the things that you might experience based on who you are. So for me, it was cold weather. Cold weather to me breaks my soul. You can tell me 1,000 push-ups. I can't do 1,000 push-ups straight, but I won't break. I'll keep trying. It doesn't hurt me, but the cold hurts. The cold really, really hurts. So the military will test you, but it'll be so personalized to you that you can, talk about it because everyone feels everything to an extent. So talking amongst fellow soldiers when you're all struggling is kind of very memorable to me, at least, because those are some of the funniest, most weirdly joyful, traumatic, but kind of bringing together trauma bonding. It's amazing. It's an amazing feeling. So don't think that life is comfortable. Don't assume anything is going to be easy. Wait to call it easy after you did it. Like during basic training to me was very hard, but I look back, it was very easy. And in the moment, I did not feel like it was easy. And I wasn't about to call it easy either. I'm not the type of person to do that. I'm just not confident that much where I just call something easy because my ego is talking to me. Everything is hard until I finish it because I'm putting in effort. And effort to me just is not easy. So I have this stress where I take pride in whatever I do. So even if I don't try, I'll still feel embarrassed if the job is shitty. So I did try during basic training. I tried during AIT. I did my best, but it was much harder because I was more of like a trapped school setting. And at that point, 4 months long, I'm dying because things aren't comfortable. So you're getting up at 4 a.m. sometimes, 3:30 for the ACFT, your fitness test. And you still got school in the morning. And you still have school all day, not just in the morning. Your lunch goes by quick. So things aren't comfortable. Don't think that it's going to run on your schedule or to your liking. Bring baby wipes wherever you go. Bring extra food. Make sure your phone is charged. Make sure you're in constant communication with people, your loved ones, so you're not maybe detaching from everybody and becoming sad in your own way. You really have to be proactive in taking care of yourself because you have to remember your NCO, she can theoretically change what y'all are doing. But the problem is that NCO got an order from a higher NCO who got an order from a higher NCO. So if anything changes for you to make it more comfortable, it's going to be slight things that in the moment you will feel grateful for. But it might be you can wear this extra layer of clothing, or yeah, you can go sit down, or you don't have to do that, I'll get someone else. But to the extent of changing things around your schedule, that just, think of a regular job at Popeyes. They're not going to shut the door because it's busy because you're overwhelmed. So think of the military sort of in the same way. And that kind of goes into the next part, is it is a genuine lifestyle. And I mean this more for the active folks. It's not just you're there one day, in a weekend like me. You're living that. PT in the morning. You have your tasks during the day. You have, formation at the end of the day. Like it's a lifestyle. You're not working 9 to 5, which you are in a lot of cases, 9 to 5. But it's you work until the job is done. You don't work until a clock hits a certain time. And that's sort of the difference. You still have expectations of height and weight. You still have fitness expectations. You still have schools that you can go to if you want to advance your career. It's a lifestyle. It's not a job. It's not something you do because you're bored. And please, if you're trying to join the military because you want to get tougher or you need more discipline, like, dude, those are bland and just don't work. The Army or the military in general will not make you more disciplined. You're going to fake a level of discipline until it can creep out that you're a little undisciplined. You might change for the better. Don't get me wrong. I changed for the better in some aspects. But it's not going to change you. It's like when you give someone money. It doesn't change them. It just makes them more of who they already are. So think of the military as, besides the basic training part, you're not going to be able to fake it that long. So maybe you can use some of that, momentum that you had in your training to propel like some new habits. That's different. But if you think the military is just going to train you and you're just going to be disciplined, that's just not it. Don't fall in love with the hoorah type stuff. Like, actually talk to people in service and see what their daily life is like. I wish I did this, but Instagram is so helpful. I'm looking at MOSs and I'm like, I could have just hit this person up. I just see you on my explore page. I could have just DM'd you. And I wish I did more of that, because I might have picked a different MOS. I might have joined at a later date. I might have chose my benefits in a different way. So I lost out on some benefits, and let me just knock this out of the way. If it's not in the contract, it's not real. I get it. Your recruiter told you this, and your recruiter told you that, and your recruiter told you this. The recruiter is not allowed to be there when you sign the papers. So read. Don't just sign. I know you want to swear in. I know it's MEPS. It's long. It's annoying. You might have gotten rejected and you had to come back. You just want to, enlist and fulfill your dreams. Bro, look at the contract. Read the freaking contract and ask and negotiate for your benefits. And be ready to walk out if you don't have the benefits that you were promised in the recruiting office. Now, mind you, your recruiter will help you, and he'll make sure that the benefits that you specifically want should already be with the liaison when you're about to sign. Should. I said should. I know plenty of people, including myself, who were duped out of benefits because some circumstance came up and it forced changes all across the board. So, for instance, for me, I lost my student loan repayment. It was in my original contract, but then I switched MOSs the day I enlisted. That no longer was in that new contract. And I didn't know that. I wasn't smart enough to think. I thought everything just transfers over. I know. I feel kind of dumb. Damn. But you got to live with it. What's my next thing? I wrote these down, actually. Oh, God. Okay. Look, no disrespect to my fellow NCOs. I will never disrespect you in person. But do not think every NCO is cream of the crop, or some smart person, genius level, articulate, very high standards of morality, not insensitive or maybe physically fit. All of those things vary from NCO to NCO. You're meeting the person. People really do matter in the Army, because there are some sucky people. I've been called some bad things related to my identity. I've been rude. or not have been rude. I've been on the receiving end of a rude comment plenty of times, just in a short training period. I'm not even living this life, day to day, so I can't even imagine. But do not think all your NCOs are genius, or just pay them the respect you're supposed to pay them, play the role, do your job, but don't fall into glamorizing these people. These are just people. You can easily become that. And actually, today I've heard it's much easier, especially in certain MOSs, to become an NCO very quickly within a few short years. And that that should make you remember that these people were just in your shoes. They were just E1, E2, E3, E4. They're not that far off from you. They just look at the same way that, like in the real world, we look at people's like cars or shoes or clothes or something something that catches your eye. I don't know, grades. I don't know, whatever catches your eye. In the military, you're looking at rank. Your rank will dictate everything. You can be the biggest and rudest and the ugliest person in the world, but if you have a sergeant major rank, everyone will treat you like a king or queen. And that's just the reality. It's just rank is the form of currency that gets you by, and it's kind of cool. It's a different. It's something I kind of had to learn, because I just, not that I didn't care, I just was so scared, and I would just be like, but and I wouldn't know what to say. But then you start to realize these are just people, so treat them like that. I remember there was one sergeant major. She was so cool. And I ended up walking up to her, and I had the best conversation with her that I had with any NCO I've ever had, because I couldn't talk to NCOs. I felt like they were in a different league. But just remember, these are just people. But you have to do your job and play your role and pay your respects, because you have to abide by the game that you volunteered to play by signing that contract. Once it's on the dotted line, once you sign, there's no going back, bro. Sorry. There were a lot of people at Basic who wanted to go back, including me. As soon as that cold weather hit me, bro, day 2, I was out. I was like, I don't want this. This ain't for me. I don't need this. Please save me. Like, I thought I was gonna die, and that, looking back, was so funny. But let me see. What do I have next? I wrote these down because I was in class and I was bored. Oh God. Don't act a fool. You think that you have rights until you act a fool at basic training or AIT, and then you're stuck. And by stuck, you can't leave. You might graduate, but you can't leave. You're just awaiting your, punishment, and everything in the Army moves slow. Let me just knock that out of the way. Everything, pay issues, any issue, seeing the chaplain, just anything, any process is slow. The Army is far from efficient, but it gets the job done. Like, you always will get paid, or you always will be able to see the chaplain, but everything just takes time, and so much time. But no, you don't know what it's like until you see them. But people who are stuck in the bay at basic for 14 hours a day because they did something wrong, they might have, been found with a vape or something like that. It's not worth it. It's not. You can be there for like 2 years. It's really not worth it. It sucks. Don't do it. I could not imagine if that was me. I mean, we had there was one kid, I remember he was in a really bad mental state. I'll just put it like that. He was doing things and saying things that were not indicative of a mentally healthy person. He needed help. Will the Army provide it? I don't know. I would have to ask that guy, because it didn't seem like the Army was providing him much. The problem is, there's not much sympathy that goes into something that can be rooted in your suffering. So you can come in with problems, and that's fine. They'll help you with that if you can get in with mental disorders. I don't know. Talk to your recruiter. But if you just develop them because you're being punished, it's much harder for humans in general to have sympathy. So yes, they'll extend you a helping hand, but you still have to sit idle and wait for your punishment, because it's just like a due process. Everyone is entitled to see, the sergeant or the officer in charge of that, and you have to wait. And then sometimes it can be extra duty, it can be pay, deductions, like it can be anything. I don't know. I've never been in trouble like that. Hopefully I won't be, because that sucks. But lastly, let me touch on. So there's this youthful thing that I have. It's like attitude, and I want to do what I want when I want. Nah, it's over. You will not do what you want when you want. The thing of like complaining or going off on someone because you don't take no shit. Nah, that's over. Like, just toss that to the side. It's done. Like, that stuff doesn't last. And it's sad because sometimes you want to defend yourself. One time, a drill sergeant told me that at least you weren't born on 9/11. And all I did was, like, show him my ID. And because he didn't believe I was 20, I was 23 at the time. He didn't believe I was 23. He thought I was, like, 19 or something. And what did I want to say? You could probably already guess. What did I say? Nothing. Does it still kind of suck for me? Yeah. But sometimes you just got to let things pass. There are rude people, and that goes back to my earlier point. There are rude NCOs. There really are. I know it because there are rude humans. I've met plenty of rude NCOs, but I'm not assuming those are the only ones rude because I met them. There's going to be rude ones everywhere. So, there's a lot of things to consider. Ooh, wait, one more. I didn't write this down. Look, it's hard to tell you not to join because of this, but remember, if you join because you saw a poster with an ad that said free college or Montgomery Bill or some incentive, college repayment, first dig into the benefit. Like, student loan repayment isn't really repayment. It's just matching of your payments. So, just for example, know that when you're going through it, it's like when you have a job, a normal job, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, and you're working. You still hate it, but you know you need money. You might still do it or you might quit. The problem is here, you can't quit. So you're going to have to keep doing it. So just know that if you're not, into the lifestyle, into the army type vibe and the shenanigans and all that stuff, you might be miserable, at least for moments. And that's something you're just going to have to deal with. Every time I go to drill, I'm not necessarily miserable, but I don't want to be there because I joined off a poster. That's the truth. I didn't join because I wanted to do something bigger than myself. I don't believe that lies for me in the military. But it has a purpose. Like, it pays for my school, and it gives me help every month while I am in school. So put that into perspective. Don't just fucking have the cash symbol in your eye, and then now you're in it. Like, it's the glory goes away real quick, especially once you receive the benefits and you realize, okay, I'm okay now. What now? Because you get comfortable. Oh my God. I still can't believe I joined. I joined because I was desperate financially, and I was starting another semester in school, and I was like, I'm freaking broke. Like, I have no money. And I was losing faith in, like, working in restaurants, and I wanted something, and I felt like I needed help every month, just benefits and things like that. I joined because of that. Did I enjoy the whole process? No. But do I enjoy the benefits? Yeah. The benefits are nice. They really do help me. So I will unwaveringly keep doing what I'm doing, and hopefully I can do a good job while I'm doing it. But I hope this helps. Joining the military is a big decision, even if you go guard. And just know if you join the guard, your life will be different than other people who are in the guard. Every state is different. Every unit is different. There's different leadership. There's different tasks. It's so hard to tell people what your life is like at your unit. That's like the most common question at AIT because all the active kids are excited. It's really like no one can really tell you unless they've been there at your unit. Every unit's different. It's a complete hierarchy, and it's corporate in a sense, but there's leadership within every unit that basically changes the culture, makes it good or bad or great. Who knows? So hopefully you get a good unit. I don't know. Pick a good MOS. Pick something you want to do. And don't fall for the bonus. Please. That's another. Talk to your recruiter. Don't fall for the bonus. Ask for details about the bonus because it's taxed and you might not get it in a lump sum. So I hope this helped. My name is Mohammed Tantawi. Think before you sign the dotted line, and I will see you next time.